Rev up your engines!
Thomas Farrell. Scotty, I'm looking for a car, truck in the $3,500 to $4,500 range. Any advice? Yeah, everybody's looking for something in that range. So, look at Craigslist. Tell all your friends, relatives, see what people are selling. If you want a very reliable car, look at Toyotas and maybe ones that the paint is faded off or have fenders bashed in. They go for a lot less money there and they can still be excellent cars. You know, if you're looking for a cherry, beautiful car, no dents, paint's in great shape, odds are you're not going to get that good of a car for $3,500 to $4,500 because cars go for more money if they're in great shape and they're really good cars like Toyotas or Lexus or Honda. And that price range, you're either going to get one that looks a little beat up but could be very sound mechanically, or you're going to get one that may still look good, but hey, it's got tons of miles. Who wants to buy a car that's got 250, 300,000 miles? It might last a while, but you don't pay even that kind of money for that. The Real Love says, Scotty, I bought 07 Nissan Sentra, 155,000 miles at an auction for $1,200. Is a good buy? Well, $1,200 isn't much for a car these days, right? The Nissan Sentras aren't as well made as they used to be. They're making them cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, but at least that's the 2007. That's a 13-year-old one. If you would have bought one that's 3 or 4 years old, I'd say no, you don't want to buy one. They're horrible cars as they age. You bought it at an auction. Auction cars are often garbage. If you got a good car, people sell it on the street. People are always looking for good used cars. From my experience of 51 years, cars are at auctions for a reason. They're wrecked, flooded, stolen. They got a serious problem and they sell it at an auction just to get it out of their hair. Often auction cars are not very good cars. You got to be very leery buying an auction cars. I know guys that do it, but they're pros. They do it for a living. And even then, they have a money-back guarantee from the auction house. If they buy one and it's a lemon, they don't get their money back, but they get their money credit back. They can apply that if it was $1,700 for buying another car at an auction, and they sell them all to somebody else. And they buy 4 or 6 of them at a time and make a lot of profit, so they don't care. But buying them one at a time as a private individual, not a smart move, really. Bob, 123. Scotty, I thought you said Volvos are money pits, especially the 10-year-old ones. The modern ones, yes. As they age, they fall apart. But the really old ones, no. They were built like tanks. And I suppose you're referring to the one that was a 14-year-old Volvo station wagon. Back then, they were still making them solid. Heavy cars. Not much on gas mileage, but they could run. They're safe. They were strong. Not anymore, and of course, you know, the Chinese own them now, and they say that they're only going to make electric cars and hybrid electric cars in the near future, so starting in 2020. So people can argue all they want about Volvo. It's going to be a completely different setup than they ever were. Lee Schaefer says, do you think plug-in hybrids will fail in the marketplace? Any thoughts on them? Good, bad? Plug-in hybrids are kind of in between. They're the original hybrid, like a Toyota Prius that has a battery that's recharged while you're driving around. You never plug it in. The plug-in hybrids are the same thing, except you can plug them into a wall to charge the battery so you can run on battery power alone if you want. As electric cars, they have a very limited range. I've driven some of them around. Some of the ones I tried out of Ford, the thing could go like maybe 15, 20 miles on electricity before it ran out, went back to the motor. A half-assed electric car. Not fully electric, but it can go a little way. I think for the money, it's not really worth it. If you're going to go full electric, go full electric. Want a hybrid car, get a hybrid car with all the technology that entails. They're very expensive to fix at the age. I don't think the plug-in hybrids are going to be that big of a deal. I think kind of a niche thing. Mark Dunn says, Scotty, everyone hates CVTs, but I love mine. What's your opinion? The future is definitely going to CVTs. There's no arguing that. They weigh less. They get better gas mileage. That's the main thing. They get better gas mileage. Oldest son recently bought a Toyota Corolla with a CVT. He loves it, and he's a fast driver. If anybody's going to make CVTs that last, I'd put my money on Toyota. I would not trust Jatco, that's Nissan, and a bunch of companies use Jatco transmissions, because the CVTs that they've sold, especially in the Nissans, have been absolute garbage in the past. Lousy design, lousy manufacturing. If anybody's going to build it right, I'd say it would be Toyota with their Aisin transmissions. Now, I don't know, you didn't say what you have, but I'm guessing maybe you have one. And if you do, it could be that they're making them right now. I wait until they've been out for years and years and years and years and have all the bugs out before I buy them. Luco, 1, 2, 3, 4. My car makes a clunk whenever I shift from park to reverse or park to drive. What is this? Pray it's just a broken motor mount or transmission mount. It often is. I got a video on that. Just type in replacing bad motor mounts Scotty and you'll see the video. It shows how you can test them by jacking the motor up a little bit and seeing if the motor mounts start to come apart because they're broken inside. Because there's metal, then there's rubber, and there's metal, and they bolt on. And the rubber is the part that rips. Normally it's just that. Now, if it isn't that, it's your transmission going out. Clunka, clunka, clunka. And that's not a good thing. That can be very expensive. Mr. Dandy says, can you do the show without your glasses? Well, it would be kind of absurd because I would be sitting here looking at this camera and all it has on it would be a blur. And I'd be looking at the questions and they'd be a blur. I wouldn't be able to read any of the questions. I can see to like the end of my nose and about an inch more. Past that, I'm blind as a bat. These are prescription sunglasses. They are really strong. And I've got studio lights over here that are shining the back of my face. So I have the glasses on so I can read it better. There's logic behind just about everything I do. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.